All right. You brought sake today.
That's right. We're going completely off the board. Been doing this for a little while, and it dawned on us. I don't think we've ever done this
We have
before.
never done sake,
Right.
and we've been doing this
A
for
couple years now.
two, maybe even longer,
Yeah.
because I
Probably.
wasn't the original host.
Right.
Kristen was.
Right.
So, yeah. And you brought it in wine glasses.
That's right. So this
What's
is
the deal?
drinking 101. So we're actually going to dispel some myths and learn some stuff today. So
Where? Oh, you gonna school
we're
us?
going to school you. So sake, it's actually pronounced sake and not sake. That's the first
Ah.
myth that's to be dispelled.
So tonight, when you go to Nakado or
Right.
Hinode,
Yeah,
why don't you try to pronounce it correctly?
that's right.
Okay.
Start there. Uh, Secondly, it's known as rice wine, and it is actually not that at all. It's actually brewed like a beer. So it is not a wine. It's not a distillate. It's actually more. It has more similarities to beer than it does anything else. Not sure why it's called rice wine. So when you're like looking at your uh, cooking and it says to add rice wine, they're actually referring more to a vinegar, a rice vinegar,
Yeah.
and not sake. And so it's a little confusing because people will come into the store and say, well, where's your rice wine? And people think, oh, it's your sake. That's what you want. It's really not that. So that's the second myth. The
This is
third,
all kinds of confusing.
that's right. Thirdly, most commonly known, sake is supposed to be served chilled. I think people,
Some people get it warm.
they do think it's warm. It's predominantly served chilled. And the best serving vessel is, in fact, a wine glass and not those little ceramic cups that they give you.
So then, why do they do all these things?
Tradition,
To appease
uh,
Americans or
and
what?
part of it is probably that, honestly, the Japanese culture is very built on serving. You know, the more that you serve somebody, the more honor and prestige you're giving them. And
All
so
right.
the smaller glasses, the smaller teacups is probably built on that. So
Okay.
today we're tasting three different types of sake. The first one is a Nagori sake. And this means, Nagori simply means cloudy. So the way that sake is made, used from rice, at the end of it, the brewing process, you actually have something similar to what rice pudding is.
I love rice pudding. My
Okay,
grandma makes the most kick-ass rice pudding ever.
there you go. So she'd really be into this. So they actually,
Probably. She also likes her drinks. It runs in the
yeah, I
family.
was gonna say there's a blood connection
Yeah.
there somewhere.
Yeah.
So you actually press through a cheesecloth to clear out the product. In Nagori's sake, you use a more coarse cheesecloth, and so it's a little cloudy.
I'm finished.
Okay, we'll move on to
It's
the next one.
it's pretty good. I could see it. It's definitely not slammable, but I could see it being an acquired drink.
It is?
I think just like what you get at the restaurants is
Sure.
kind of. I'm surprised by the whole you should drink it chilled.
Yeah. So this is a one called Tears of the Dawn, and this is a Daijengo. So, and Daijengo means it's of the highest quality. So if you see it on the bottle and it says Django, that's kind of middle. If it says Jumani, not Jumanji, but
Not
Jumani,
the movie.
not the movie Jumani, that's the lower end. And then Daijengo is the premium end.
How much is the premium end?
So this is about $16.99.
Okay, so it's not like
Right.
you're not saying premium and then $60.
No, although you can certainly spend that.
Oh.
There are sakes that cost that, and we have a few.
Sakes.
We did not bring them today, but
What? Why?
well, right out of the gate, we'll start at the lower end. So this is kind of the top tier.
Oh wow, that one's really good. That one tastes a little bit more sweet.
Yeah, so it's a little purer. It doesn't have the cloudiness of the Nagori.
Yeah.
The texture is different. If you smell it, it actually smells very fruity.
It tastes really good chilled.
Yeah.
Why have I been ordering it hot all this time?
That's because that's what Americans do. We think that's how it's supposed to be.
Sometimes Americans, good Lord.
We can be silly that way.
All right.
So this is plum wine.
Plum wine.
So this is Blossom of Peace, Tozai. And the way that they make this, and again, it's not a wine, it's actually sake, and they don't add like plum fruit to it. They literally take um, the sake and then macerate it with some Japanese plums, which are very sweet and tart.
Hmm.
And for about 40 days, they'll sit in there. So it's not like they're using this.
So you're telling me the whole time I've been drinking this stuff, which by the way, I've liked plum wine for a long time.
Sure, a lot of people do.
Especially when I go to Japanese restaurants. So you're telling me I haven't been drinking wine, I've been drinking sake?
Sake, correct. Macerated with plums.
Well,
So imagine, again, it's 80 degrees out. I mean, this would be
it's,
perfect over
yes,
a little ice and
it's very, very fruity. It's very sweet. I've always, and it's kind of funny because I'm just learning now what I've been drinking all these years. But I've always told people it's a dessert wine. And
it's certainly
I mean,
it's certainly a dessert sake.
well, yeah, I didn't know it was a sake. No one ever corrected me either. So
Well, they didn't want it. They wanted to be polite, I guess. I don't know.
I guess so. But these are always really tasty. I've always really liked them.
Yeah, and they're a tremendous introduction to that style. I mean, if you're not, I mean, as you said from the first one we tasted, sake is an acquired taste.
Right.
So I would start.
I
with
feel like though the more pure you get,
the better it's going to be.
yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to that first one that we tried.
Most sakes, 70% of all sakes are actually non-premium sake. What we're tasting is that 30% that's premium, and then within that premium, the Daijengo, which is almost like the top 8% that's produced.
Right. Well, this has been very interesting.
That's right.
This was a good one.
All right. Yeah.
I
we
liked
wanted
it.
We wanted to go off the board and do something we've never done before.
All right. Well, there you go. Jason from Brown Derby. You can get these.
At the wine center.
I feel like some of these might be a little limited.
Yeah, the Tozai Blossom of Peace, you'll probably see her out and about at some of our other stores.
Maybe not a ton of it at Brown Derby Central.
Not at Central.
Where the college kids are.
They're not craving that plum wine.
No. So yeah, definitely. Do you guys taste these ever?
Oh yeah, we'll be tasting them. We'll have them out and about, and always an opportunity. Another thing with sake is once you open the bottle, you got about 3 weeks, so you don't have to drink it all in one night. Although you may feel obligated sometimes, but
what are you trying to say?
I'm just saying
that I might be obligated to drink a whole bottle of something in one night.
You don't have to. That's all I'm saying.
All right, thanks. We'll, of course, post this on the web, q1021.fm, and on our Facebook page as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Black Veil Brides, goodbye. Agony New Rock now, Q102.